especially. We're going to get straight into it. We'll be FaZe starting on the T side, 4 sets of armor, and AZ with a double flashbang. I think he had a smoke as well, which has been deployed towards window already. It's looking like a B7 attack. All 5 players will be towards that side of the map. MBK has spotted someone though, firing off some USP, but he's looking to get the first kill, then fall back.
Yeah, not going to play off the contact either. FaZe have just kind of hit the brakes, and now the flashes have come through. That's really nicely timed, actually. Going to force MBK to back away. He can no longer stand out in this position. Devil not going to hit a single shot on the way through, and now it's going to leave it all down to MBK. He's found Alu at least, but where's the others? There we go. Finally, Devil comes in. The bomb has been planted, and now it's actually a 4v3. The kit's in Kenny S's hands. Apex going to go in on the challenge. He gets Keo down, and there we have it. AZ falls, leaving it just to Rain in a 1v4, and he's not hit the clean shot that he needed. That means that Envy can just collapse inward very comfortably.
So they smoke towards window, flashing towards B there, hoping they could get those initial frags there, but it was actually the CTs putting up the brick wall. Devil and MBK going to work there, and the pretty simple retake. Apex jumping out the window, going to town with the P2000, and only 1 kill only found for FaZe, but they get the plant. So same situation we saw before. It's going to be the AKs in the 3rd round, and you can see Envyus adjusting to that side. They've got 3 M4s, 1 scout. This could be 1 UMP in the hands of Happy. So should be a pretty easy round for them going into this one. It's going to be PT50s and Deagles. For FaZe, Deagle can be pretty influential on this map. There's lots of opportunities to go for those long-range shots. I'm sure that's what AZ will be going for. And he's going to be looking for that shot towards Kenny, but it's one of those ones you have to actually hit as soon as you get on the corners at the surprise factor. But if you don't hit that shot straight away, you could have a tough time. Yeah,
and Kenny S has already backed away, as you said. It's one of those you do have to hit quickly, otherwise that guy's just going to back away, find a new position, and just not repeat window. Again, he's already got support from Happy and MBK on the short. They know it's going to be that mid-pinch, and Happy actually gets a good angle there. Jacob does get found out in the end, but he takes a lot of damage for this as well, so he needs to be careful himself. He can't particularly overextend now either, so it's down to the likes of Kenny and MBK to keep mid under wraps. It looks like an A split's about to come through, but Devil's being very vigilant over by A as well. Keo's be trying to work his way up there with the bomb to hand, but I doubt they're going to get much more luck from this. They're being held at nice bits of range in, no one really overextending from Envy, and it's a complete shutdown. So yeah, damage was done, but no one actually fell in the end.
And we go to number 3 now. As I said, the AKs come out, but they're going to be struggling with the utility side of the game. They've got 5 AKs sure, but there's just 1 smoke available and then some flashbangs. Mirage, definitely one of those maps where it's very beneficial to be able to smoke off key areas like jungle, CT spawn, with mid-window, for example, to even get that mid-control we talk about so much. You do need that initial smoke to be going in. That's going to be expended already. So that's pretty much all the utility used at the start of the round. We'll see what Envyus decide to do here. I'm sure they'll go a little bit aggressive. There's going to be Kenny S getting taken down by AZ.
Wow.
He goes aggressive through the smoke there. Look for that first kill. Trying to do some damage on towards Apex as well, which he does land, but doesn't find the kill. But still, now the terrorists have the advantage. They don't have to work too hard. They just gain the mid-control, work together, and find out where the final execution comes in. You can see Rain, he's edging out towards Palace here. So how far does he dare go?
And Devil's playing below him as well. So again, as the moment he steps out, the moment he gets punished. However, he does at least find Apex, which now opens up that play through connector. That means Devil's now vulnerable. He has no support from jungle at all. FaZe have now turned themselves away from mid, and they're going to go for the A hit. So Devil can still have some sort of impact here, bearing in mind he's got the flash there. He can flash over the top from the ladder, just completely flash out towards Tetris, but he's got still presence. And look at this, great play. He does the best he can, really. It was always going to be a one-and-done spot unless they didn't check it at all, which is not going to be the case now. 4v2. Envy completely locked out from this, but still Happy given a chance there. Keo just going to widely step out. Didn't get anything else from that. Luckily shut down in there, because that was looking a bit more dangerous there. Because now MBK, even though they're low, can still do work with this scout. It can affect the 2 remaining players.
Rain had 12 HP as well. I thought Happy was going to get the double, but does manage to take him down. 3 versus 1 now. MBK only has that scout. He is very good with that weapon, but I think the situation is a bit of too much of a stretch for him, and it's going to be the dying seconds. If they do spot where he is, he will have to fall back at this point, taking a ton of damage here. Just trying to take someone down with him, which he does do, gets Rain, but he's just trying to affect the economy right now, and Ali's still facing here. It's a dangerous game to play, and there it is, the headshot comes in. So I think MBK will be dying with a bomb here, or actually die to Jacob first. But still, that's a pretty successful outcome for him. He obviously had no chance of winning the round, but taking 2 players down with him. They've got money to buy into this round as well, so they probably still have the advantage going into round number 4. Look at all the reinvestment that's going to have to come in from the terrors this time. So they have got the 3 AKs, but there is an UMP in the hands of AZ Kirishima just on the Tech 9. So those last few kills are actually very important.
And I'm wondering if FaZe's affinity for this mid play that had been working out incredibly well throughout at least the first part of the Pro League against other teams does come back through. Again, I don't think anyone expected AZ just to run through the smoke and take the straight fight. Kenny now has to watch that. He's going to be keeping track of the angle, but MBK playing with a scout, he's still just as good with this on B, just jumping up and down. He was one of the players at the very forefront of this becoming viable to some degree. The FaZe splitting in towards mid now, and look at Envy's posture towards this. They're already keeping this in mind. They've only left MBK on B pretty much.
Yeah, MBK definitely one of the great scout players. He made this whole jump scout thing really viable for a lot of players in CSGO, especially on the early days when it first came out. But Here we go then. This is going to be up in the hands of Kenny S. He will currently be looking towards window, but smoked out for now. So it's going to be that mid-control gifted towards FaZe. They're just trying to work out what the next move is. Have the opportunity to try and cause a distraction. This time Rain towards the A ramp instead of Palace. Doesn't manage to get a kill, but Happy can hear footsteps coming.
Yeah, this is, if they, I'm assuming they're going to check this, but they do just jump in the end. Kiyoshima just gets given over pretty much, and he can't make it out. That's big now. FaZe have a massive opportunity. Rain went out against Devil as well. That's a player towards ramp and picked up. Apex was on the side, but he has zero impact in this one, really. He finds Jacob, but now the two remaining players are pretty healthy, but Kenny, with the up-on angle, going to find that and leave Alu in the 1v2. It's certainly doable, and that is a big step in the right direction. NBK being found by Jungle leaves it's all down to this 1v1. Alu going to flash out. Gets the angle if he wanted it, but actually, no, wouldn't have flashed Kenny there. And Kenny waiting for the step out, just wondering if he'd dare, and it's such a close affair at this point. Alu going to back away. He makes the sound for it, and Kenny's going to hit the shot. Maybe a little needless there from Alu. He could have just stuck it out, but again, you just feel pressured from every angle.
Yeah, sure. Like, Kenny's not giving you anything to work with there. He's holding up very patiently. He's making you think, has he gone back towards jungle? Has he gone through the windows connector? And Alu second guesses himself, makes the noise first, and then sets Alu up, and there it is. Just a little bit of showmanship towards the end there. And it's going to be 3-1. That's a big round for Kenny to pick up. Very calm. He knew exactly what was going on in that situation as well. Got good intel as to where the bomb was going down. He heard it, planted it exactly where he wanted to, and just held up and used Alu against himself, really. But there we go. It's going to be round number 5 coming in. This is the force buy from FaZe. He got the bomb down. Like I said, it would be detrimental considering how many players they lost in that previous one. So 4 Tech 9s, an AK in the hands of Alu, but
mid-aggression.
Yeah, we'll see. This is a nice round to do it on, actually. You're going to get those first kills, lock down any sort of set piece that FaZe may have had in mind with these 4 spies. And it's going to be the first 2 kills coming in for Devil. He said he had a fantastic first map on Cash and looking to continue his form there.
Yeah, we saw that before being a massive hindrance towards FaZe when players actually did go for that mid-control, go for the fight towards it. And it puts them in such a bad spot to have to try and replay towards it as well. And those were the weapons that went down, bearing in mind.
Yeah, the thing is, the reason Envyus did this is because they haven't got head armor with 3 players, right? So they want to go take the game towards the T's, lock down anything with the long-range rifles before they have a chance to do a smoke attack towards A, for example, and run through the smokes and just one bullet at you with the Tech 9s. So this makes a lot of sense for them right now. They've got the 5-on-3. We saw a lot of mistakes being made on Cash by both teams, I have to say. At this point, no one really needs to overface this. NBK's got great intel by jumping up to the window, and he can just get a tag fullback, and that's what we're looking to get right now.
He already spotted out. You can see the rotates coming in instantly. Happy's there, Kenny is there, Apex is there. The support's in perfect place now. Of course, NBK will fall, but by this point, there's only Kyo standing. The bomb's on the other side of the truck. This would need something monstrous, and it's not going to happen. Happy shuts it down before it began. And yeah, it's a dangerous game to play against Envy, and it's nice to have such a pocket player, or I guess almost a pocket play, and the fact that NBK can solo out, be all on his own with just a scout. He does it so often, and again, he's going to need to be dropped out here, I think, or unless he already has been at some point. But yeah, everyone instantly rotates up the second he gets any information. And FaZe have got to be so frustrated so far. So many close rounds have come towards them, and again, they're back in this position.
Another eco comes in. It's this time that's looking towards the next round. They get $2,400. It means they'll be able to get AKs, but no orbs into the next round. That was a problem on Cash for sure. Once Ali started getting the orb out, that's when they're actually getting rounds on the board. But this would be a straight rush to be. You have to run through the fire here, hope for the best. He's taking a ton of damage here, and it's going to be Happy mowing them down as they jump out towards the window. He gets the first kill. MBK chiming in as well. That double USB headshot, why not? And it's going to be a triple. Does he want another one? It looks like he does. 4 kills with him against unarmored players. It's like a pistol round, 1-shot kills, all to the head, and he completely destroys them.
And that's one way to give yourself a whole chunk of money as well. He literally only came in with the armor, a little bit of, utility there, and that USPS. Now he can buy back in. He's dropped out his teammate. He's had a wonderful time of it. That's brilliant stuff from NBK. And again, very frustrating for FaZe. The way you lose these rounds can certainly weigh heavy on their mind, but FaZe can come back in with these rifles now. Let's see if they can do any better from the back of this, but already mid-aggression again. Apex can be wandering his way up here. FaZe better be ready for this. He already spots one crossing towards the box, takes the fight on the second. AZ falls and now goes back for more. Alu couldn't survive through that one. Could survive through that one. Apex does go down in the end. And now they wait for the other players to come through. The split through underpass is certainly something they've seen before, and they're going to see it again.
4-on-4 for now. It was a good response from Alu, using the sound cues to make sure he nailed that kill towards the top of middle. Apex went down after taking AZ. So Jacob now going to be flashed in towards Connector, see if Happy is going to be playing close once again. Not going to be the case this time. They actually get control of Connector, a very valuable part of the map if you can get it. Smoke off towards window, and I guess this will be an A split coming in. You see the position of Rain. He's went towards that A ramp once again, waiting for his team to actually sell the fake and hopefully get him in position where he can get in and cause some damage.
And Happy's so vulnerable until he takes the fight himself. If he just sat in dark there, anyone going through Connector can be a huge threat, as you've just seen. Jacob does punish him, but good play from Kenny earlier towards challenging towards Connector.
Wow.
6 shot from Kenny, and again, that's classic Kenny S coming back in. If this is just a small display of what we've got coming up this season, Everyone's going to be terrified of this man.
Those two shots were absolutely mind-blowing. That second one especially looked like he had no grounds to hit that one whatsoever, but of course it's the headshot. First one was through the box, and we'll have a look at this once again. Left flick on this Kiyashima, that's pretty nuts, that first one, but that was something special. You're absolutely right, that's vintage Kenny's right there. Another eco for FaZe, 6-1 after getting that initial pick as well. He got it down to a 4-on-4, but couldn't capitalize. It's going to be just Deagles and Tech9. As I said, the Deagle can be very deadly on this map, but it's easy to go down first. As Kenny just completely destroys him with the PT50, and it's going to be the 5-on-4 game. Chimes in as well and drops to the hands of Apex.
Yeah, this feels like going through the motions now for FaZe. They're all too familiar with this sort of picture by now, but again, have to go through it. Going to try and work off the back of that. Try and catch him while they've got maybe a smoke or a nade in hand, and it doesn't really matter. They've got enough bodies on the side to just mow them down regardless. So you've got to feel for FaZe again. They had that very close start, and then the economy got broken. We saw some incredibly good individual moments coming out there. Of course, Kenny S being a headliner in that, but then again, NBK had his moments too. We've had everyone doing very well for themselves here. So for FaZe, they need to start making this count. At this sort of scoreline, it's already looking quite the disaster here, at least. But the one big thing for me is now Alu's got himself the AWP. I'm hoping we get to see that coming to the forefront here.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of those players that can single-handedly open up a round for you. No aggression this time coming in from the CT, but Kenny S is the alternator. Decides better of him falling back to reposition himself. Like I said, though, it all comes down to this AWP of Alu to find the initial pick. Right now, he's just looking towards middle, and there it is. Finally, FaZe do get the opener. It's taking down a huge scalp as well. Kenny S in some great form, so that's going to give them some confidence going forward. Alu now making his way towards connector, and Happy was there. A second later, he'd been going down, but still luckily getting that mid control. And Happy in a difficult position, decides to fall back. FaZe don't need to overcommit at this point.
And Happy needs to get ready to go and rotate, but he gets caught out by Alu in the end. This is the problem now. Look how alone NBK is. He's pushed himself up towards the B apartments, but they're going to try and push elsewhere throughout the map to regain some control, but they're not winning out particularly cleanly. Devil with the double, though. How's he found that one? Jacob just gifts it over to him, and it's still going to be an A split, so Devil can cause huge issues. FaZe, AZ's behind him with the bomb. If he'd found that, that could have changed everything. However, he doesn't, so it's clean, safe passage now, and NBK's left very much isolated, a long way away from being relevant, at least at stopping this plant.
Yeah, you could see it when he was playing. He kind of had an inkling that was going on towards T-Spawn, but decided to commit to the A site. Like you said, had he had somehow worked out that the bomb was coming from that side of the map, it could have been an absolute nightmare for FaZe. But this round looks like he's almost tied up at this point. NBK is pretty far removed from the situation, and he will just be hunting for, once again, finding kills, denting the economy of FaZe. They are very fragile right now. After you win one round, that resets the loss bonus. Any kills he can find are valuable to his team's success going forward.
Yeah, and in the complete parallel, of course, Envy are incredibly well set throughout this game. They've already got a really robust economy.
15K right now before the round's even over, so he'll be on 16,000 for sure. So this is absolutely 100% worth looking for kills here. He's not going to find anything, no reason to die for no gain. So picks up an AWP, survives, got incendiary as well, so that's pretty beneficial to him. Like I said though, Kenny has $16,000. So if you are new to the game, that is absolutely the maximum you can have. So definitely no problems here in terms of the economic game for Envyus. You can see them as even playing into that. Kenny didn't even buy head armor. He's so rich, he's not even buying head armor. He's just like, I'm going to keep this money nice and strong.
Yeah, why not?
I'm not going to risk this.
Why not? Again, though, FaZe actually broke through in mid that time. That's a bit of a difference. And oh my word, Kenny with the confidence play. Look at this guy. He is just an absolute man on fire right now. That's brilliant stuff. Just going straight out the window. Lovely movement to complement it as well. Takes the first shot. AZ gets sent back to spawn pretty much at this point, and now it's a 5v4. He has given up position, which is the only big downside to this, so FaZe could have worked off the back. However, they've hit the brakes. They want to slow this one down. The bomb's still at the top of mid. Rain's not having any step through now. Happy's found Alu just above that smoke. It's a beneficial smoke there towards Happy. If it's the T-side put down, I doubt it was theirs. I can imagine it was Happy putting it down himself, and Devil's there with him, and now a second smoke will come through as well.
Yeah, just using these smokes to delay FaZe even further, see if they're going to try and push through it or flash in. Right now, the options are pretty limited. They have two players towards middle. Rain, once again, working towards that A ramp. I think Apex is aware of this situation, though. So Devil, he's willing to go for this one. Like I said before, it's not really necessary, but just keep a tight angle here. Try and get one before you go down. He's going to be spotted by Jacob, and this kill will be very important. If he goes down, there's a chance for FaZe, but he does nail it. Now he's going to be challenged by Kiyashima as well, but he's just baiting and Happy at this point. So there should be a kill going in his favor, but all of a sudden, Kia does find it. 3-on-2 does make this possible. Still 40 seconds remaining. The bomb's still down towards T-spawn, so they pick that up. And looks like they're heading towards B. The problem is, though, NBK's got himself in a very advantageous position. Just get one kill and fall back. But, okay, FaZe have readjusted themselves. Back towards A it is. But Apex in the Palace area, that's going to be a very tough position to check. It's not one of the ones you go in pre-aiming.
Again, as well, even if they try and cross, if they try and plant, he can be a huge hindrance to that now as well. And NBK not seeing anything has given enough information over towards Envy, saying, guys, I doubt they're coming B. I haven't heard any steps. Keep your eyes set towards A, and Apex certainly knows that now. He's going to hear a couple of steps coming past, and spots out one. That's Keo done, and that's the bomb loose as well. Rain has to go back for that. Rain can now plant towards short if he wanted to, but now the pressure comes in left, right, and center. He goes for the fight, but now the time has trickled away. He can no longer get the plant. He can only do damage, if anything, and Matt has already slipped aside from him. So Envy just playing.
Oh, he just about survives.
Oh, bless him.
So
that was very lucky to survive as well with that amount of money.
Exactly. So if he did drop that, he'd only have $500 going into this round. The fact he saves an 8K and his teammates do have 5K and 4, they definitely can get a buy out of this. It'll be Tech9s and Galils and all sorts, but had he dropped there, that situation wouldn't have been possible. So it's 8-2. As I said, it's a big round now for FaZe. They're going to force up into it, but it looks like a full-on A-side attack here. Potentially a few simple smokes, then contact play in towards the side himself, but Apex getting nice and close here with the M4. He's listening out for any sort of footsteps he can get close to, but he's going to be flashed in now. Aggressive play coming from him, but the flash just about catches him as well. Here come the smokes and the execution from FaZe.
There's nowhere safe for him to run to either. He didn't choose to go towards Dark. He tried to still play relevant, and Devil waits a little too long to pull his card out of his sleeve, and now Kenny doesn't hit the shot perfectly. So FaZe actually get a really lovely start towards this round. Keo providing the vast majority of that. AZ already in CT pretty much here. MBK to be coming around at a bit of an awkward time. The flash was lovely as well. Good stuff coming out from the teamwork there, just building off the back of each other. And finally, a bit of just a default A hit actually works out very well.
Absolutely. That was very efficient from FaZe. Getting in there, don't rush the situation. They got themselves in position. A couple of simple smokes there. Found that close range kill towards Apex, and you can see Devil. He was isolated on the bomb side there. They knew exactly where he was. 2 players running around checking that position, and that was the round over. At that point, 5 players surviving. And as I say that, I'm happy to just find one. FaZe money still isn't amazing, but it certainly helps going forward. I think the money still must be very strong for Envyus. You can see Kenny has an 8K. Same story for MBK as well. So they should be fine. Still going to be a full buy, but not
every single kill.
Not as strong as it once was. There's definitely no 16K available for now, but they could go for double orb setup now if they wanted to. Just mix things up a little bit. We'll see if they decide to do anything like that. MBK thinking about it. There it is, double orb. So this is a nice change of pace. Get MBK in towards the B apartments, go for that first pick. He can leave him there by himself. He's more than happy to do that. I think this is a good pick from Envyus.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic, especially if they actually go towards B as well. That would give him a brilliant bit of play into this round again. However, Kenny going to be playing towards mid. Normally it is the scout over here. It's a bit of a big difference, and there you go. The big brother rattles off a bit of a shot there. Or Jacob going to find the painful end of that one. Now MBK still looks for more, waits for the push out, but he gets caught out by the window. Actually, it's Keo just jumping down towards the side as well. Excuse me, Rain jumps down towards the side, and they're landing the shots back to back. Envy being completely caught off guard here. They didn't expect that sort of commitment straight off the back by FaZe, and already that bomb's going to be planted down pretty safely. I doubt Keo's going to be able to be picked up. It's going to be planted pretty much a default here. So again, FaZe completely locking out Envy from a retake. I doubt they can get much going, and yeah, they're going to back away from this one.
Well, it's Envyus to get the first pick. It's actually MBK towards the B side as well, but he repositioned himself in such a way. I think he thought he was covered from the apartments. Actually got shot on the side as he's looking towards short. I think it was just a lapse of judgment there, but still, that could have been the deciding factor there, as he did go down and left Apex in a pretty unwinnable situation as he was rotating back in. But there it is, it's FaZe just using the senses there. As soon as they get that first kill, they're actually committing fully to the B site, bomb planted, and is making things very difficult for Envyus on the retake situation. So once again, though, Kenny does save the AWP, and Devil trying to save his M4 here. Money won't be great now, it's starting to dwindle for sure, but they can save these 2 weapons. A player like Kenny S, when he does save an AWP, there's always a chance he can really kick off in the next round and do something about it.
Yeah, we've certainly seen a fair amount of that already. 8-4, though. Scoreline-wise, it's starting to look a little bit more playable. It looks like you might actually have a bit of a game on our hands once he gets onto that second side. But I wonder if FaZe are going to just kind of tend to more towards those site hits, a little further away from maybe playing towards mid as much. They've been getting picked apart pretty much by pick anyone. They've all been kind of focusing towards mid, barring MBK has been dedicated towards that B side of things. However, looks like FaZe again be looking a little bit more towards B this time, as there is a gap in that smoke, and Kenny's not actually landed the shot cleanly there. AZ gets away with his life just about, and the follow-up comes out perfectly from Kenny S, and there's MBK going down, so the hit towards B works out again. These sight hits are paying off eventually, and not a shot to be followed up there by Kenny, so he's going to back off from this one and find a new avenue of attack.
Yeah, we'll see if Envyus can do anything with this, considering they don't have any grenades really. It's going to be quite a difficult task. It's going to be Kenny S using that window to get himself towards short, but we've boosted up here. This could be an interesting idea if he can find his next kill. It's a definitely creative angle. Does actually hit the leg shot on towards Kia, but that's all he'll get now. I think they'll signal themselves to fall back. They still have 1.5 here on the CT side. Might as well keep these weapons up. The money is starting to get a bit of an issue for them. So next round, loss bonus starting to accumulate as well. You know, $2,400. So they'll be able to save these 3 weapons and actually have money available to buy up on the rest of the guys. Or MBK's the only player to go down. Happy has body armor as well. So I think they'll be fine going to round number 14. He does find one though. Does he manage to pick up the weapon? I think they're going to try and deny it. Doesn't manage.
I think he got blown away by the bomb. Yeah, he got blown away by the bomb.
So unlucky.
It wasn't far, but he thought he was still on the body. That is a
well.
big shame, actually. He'll still buy anyway. He'll survive, hopefully. 8-5. FaZe starting to work things out. It seems to have been a bit of a long time in the making, but 3 rounds back-to-back and the one prior to that as well. Coming off the back of pretty much what's been site hits here. Sending one towards mid and then everyone else going towards the side. But back to this 1-3-1, it seems FaZe want to keep this turning on its head. Hoping maybe Envy have already tried to adapt to what the previous was coming out. But Kenny's been a bit of a beast playing mid, as have the others. But Happy pulling himself over towards B. He has left that, you know, connector area a little bit more vulnerable, a little more sparse.
Yeah, you have to remember as well, this game was 7-1 at one stage. So this is actually a pretty decent comeback from FaZe here. Looking to get a couple more, as we are into round number 14 here. Going to be them once again taking control of middle, being very efficient at actually getting themselves in this position so far. And we're going to see whether they can actually continue going. The wall bangs come in and Devil goes down to 25 HP. He needs to be very careful now. He's more than happy to spam through those smokes and he's trying to give them the favour back, but we're working out for him just now. He does do a nice little grenade in towards the connector area.
Going to be Apex to find Rain. Just a bit of a spray in and hope for the best, and it works. Again, though, looking at Apex's HP and Devil's, it's looking pretty vulnerable on A now. I don't know if FaZe know that completely, but Devil goes back in for more.
No.
Oh no, the nade not so great this time. Apex just to remove Devil away. Got tired of him taking all the kills. But FaZe are actually still looking towards A, and Apex is about to get a very bad surprise right behind him. No, he turns around. That's massive. That's the bomb as well. Alu falls, and a devastating blow there.
Yeah, that's horrible news. How do you even recover from this? AZ's trying to do what he can. He finds a kill towards short, but still trying to recover that bomb with 30 seconds remaining. Okay, Envyus seem like they want to give this one away. It's going to be a 2v2 now, and Kenny has towards CD Spawn. That's the saving grace in this situation. You need to deny people getting up towards Palace, but the Molotov has come in, and he knows that means they're going to try and get in right now. One shot was all it required, and now all of a sudden, this is actually looking possible for FaZe. Apex burns him from the grave.
Oh my god.
But that was a disastrous round from Envyus. All they had to do in that situation is just play off Apex information. They've got to get towards Palace, delay them as long as you can, and stop them planting. They're all facing, all rotating with their knives out. Just stay alive, guys. Just keep it simple. Just stay together, refrag, but you're all separated and running around your knife out. Interesting.
Interesting, I think is a great summary. Alu's, though, going to take the momentum into his own hands. A lovely first little bit of play there, taking down Apex. If that last round wasn't devastating enough, it certainly will be adding insult to injury now. 5v3 already, Envy really operating at quite a deficit, and we haven't really seen Envy put through their paces yet, or any sort of kind of resurge of a team, you know, having some sort of an advantage. Let's see how they recover from this, as Devil's doing some good work there towards Rain. Going to try and take the fight towards Ram, but whiffs it completely and gets punished. So leaving Happy now in a 1v4, and I'm sure he's very pleased about this.
Yeah, well, this has gone from a dream half from Envyus to being a bit of a nightmare towards the end. That round especially, those ones, it's been both teams throwing some very huge advantages away, and that one's no different. We talk about this break coming in, and there's been a lot of mistakes being made tonight throughout the 3 games we've seen, or 3 matchups, I should say. It's going to be Happy remaining doing what he can here, but this round is going to be pretty much over. There it is. The final headshot comes in. It's going to be courtesy of AZ. 8-7 still in favour of Envyus. They get the pistol in a great position, but still anyone's game at this point. Yeah,
it's certainly up in the air. So again, Envy looks strong at the start, but FaZe aren't done yet. This is more favourable to them, this map. So hopefully for the second half, we're going to see a far more competitive game.
Sure.
So guys, do stay tuned. We'll be back in a sec. All right, welcome back to the Pro League. It's the final half of the night, and it promises to be a good game, at least from what we've seen so
Yeah,
far.
absolutely. The scoreline suggests that. It just seemed like another runaway performance from Envyus, but all of a sudden, FaZe come to life, and some difficult clutches for Envyus there actually brings the scoreline to 8-7. Anyone's game right now.
Yeah, certainly up in the ESL. I can't wait to get this one underway. We've seen already a bit of vintage Kenny S coming back out to play. Hopefully we can see a bit of that magic coming out. And Aloe certainly finally getting himself on the AWP, having a bigger presence in mid as well. So this is what we're going to be looking at, keeping that up to scratch on the second half. So it is warm-up, do not worry. We haven't missed a lot of rounds, it's fine. Yeah, what are your main things to pull away from that first half? Because they did kind of go, very one-sided, and then suddenly we had that big research from FaZe.
Just some nice, simple play from FaZe towards the end. They were very good again in the mid-control. They actually had a very good discipline in terms of like smoking it out correctly, flashing towards connector once they obtained that.
Yep.
They were good at picking them apart and actually capitalizing on the rounds they got. The problem is, it was that same sort of early effect going on with the economy. They lost a pistol, won the first gun round, and got reset. And it was difficult. But once they finally got the money rolling, Ali was on the AWP, which he said was going to be a key factor. As soon as he got it out, that's when they started getting around. So this goes to show you, this addition of Alu is going to be a really strong string to FaZe's bow going forward. This is what they were missing before, that great all presence can actually step up in key situations, who can clutch, who can have those flashy plays, and now they've got someone who can do that in the form of Alu. I think this is a great pickup for them.
All right, we're about to get this one started up. It'll be FaZe now on the CT side, Team Envyus on the T side. They have to close this one out, Envy, if they want that clean 2-0 to start with into the season, which would, I can imagine, maybe not quiet the critics already, but maybe give them a little bit of something to think about after their bit of an up-and-down performance recently online especially. But here we go, we're already into this one.
Absolutely. 5 sets of armor for FaZe. Does normally suggest something a little bit more aggressive. You can see it's quite a kind of tactical round from Envyus. They have 2 smokes, normally going towards steps and jungle area. Then you want to be focusing on towards CT spawn. You want to be getting the bomb down and getting players towards that area, catching rotating CTs.
I like the additions of the flashes as well to make sure these guys are blind so they can actually pour out, but not utilized well enough. Kio's able to land a bit of a blinder towards Devil, and now Envy look a little bit scared, a little bit worried to go for these sort of commitments, and they've blinded themselves up. This is a complete disaster. It's a real messy affair coming out from Envy, and they're down to 3. Apex in a good spot, but still they're surrounded on all fronts.
They haven't planted yet as well, and the CTs are rotating for CT spawn. Like I said, that was the key for Envyus going out into this one. They wanted to actually get the bomb down and get into the area, but Apex does find something out of this. The P250 doing some work now. It's going to be a 3 versus 2, but Kiyoshima continuing his form. That's his second kill of the round, and Rain finishing things off. So yeah, Envyus. The flashes were a good idea, but didn't seem very effective. The player in CT spawn was Kio. He had full reign of that situation. He was just holding CT spawn, just knocking them down, gets that first headshot, and then his teammates facing as well, and brings things to 8-8. So this is the problem with this tactic as well. That gap in the smoke can be quite prevalent, especially this shot though. That was pretty stellar. Yeah, pretty happy with that. And you can see like he wasn't flashed or anything there. It was actually a pretty. Although it was an amazing shot, it wasn't like he had to work super hard for it. Yeah,
again, the flashes are meant to come from ramp to allow the players from Palace to actually make it out towards the site fairly scot-free, but this is already looking like a bit of a shutdown. And again, the damage coming through from those early nades from FaZe are pretty spectacular here already as MBK. Apex going to feel the brunt of that. Rain fairly confident now in mid. I was about to say someone could get punished off the back of that. It's Devil to land one towards Alu, but every other piece of the puzzle that was on the board, at least for Envy then, is already gone. Happy's a million miles away. He doesn't have the bomb this time, so no ninja planting to be happening here or any sort of tricks up their sleeve. So that'll be shut down pretty quickly.
So again, putting the P90 out. A weapon not used so much anymore, considering that the UMP is so viable and the P90 costs more, and you actually don't get the kill bonus for it as well. Interesting to see that coming back into the fray, but always nice to see it every once in a while, you know?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it nice to
50
see?
bullets. High armor penetration. It is a pretty sexy weapon.
It's really not though, is it, Henry?
Doesn't make the most stylish counter, I'll give you that. But still, there is some legs to it. But we're going to be going into round number 3 here. This should be a pretty simple affair for FaZe. There's no armor on the terrorists. There's no real weapons here. And you can see it's going to be Rain having a pretty good time there until that moment.
They've lost 2 rifles now.
Once again, though, why are FaZe facing? They're obviously on the eco kills. I think it's done. But if you're talking about winning games and actually keeping the money high, there's no reason for that. Now it comes down to the 1v1. Happy is low HP, sure, but this is FaZe, once again, not having the discipline to realize, okay, we're the upcoming team here. We want to prove ourselves in every single round and not making these key mistakes. And they've made it down to this situation. Happy definitely has a chance to win this one, but there it is. The P90 stepping up once again. And FaZe hold on just about.
HenryG, the huge advocate for SMGs of that sort of caliber being in CS. Yep. Absolutely loves a bit of it.
Yeah, definitely.
No, that did get incredibly worrying. That sort of, seeing those sort of rounds even get close just blows my mind as it is.
It didn't have to be.
That's the point.
Yeah, it really didn't have to be. It was just like, okay, you got all the kills now. Everyone's just like, oh, let me have some eco frags. Like, give us one. Don't take all of them. Be fair.
Already nice stuff there from Kenny. Doesn't get the kill, sadly. I don't know how he doesn't. Well, it was through a piece of, I guess, the flooring almost there, so it doesn't quite do Jacob in. But again, unfortunate for him. However, a nice start overall for Envy here, as they do have everything, well, not everything they need, but a decent enough array to bring with them into this round. And it looks like a split towards mid's going to be coming through. 3 players towards the top. Devil working through underpass. Alu's going to have to back away from this now, giving up some sort of mid control. But Rain is incredibly active at trying to fight this one out from short. Has to be careful himself. Again, Apex had a bit of an angle on that one, but AZ and Alu could be under pressure pretty soon.
Wallbang coming in there does do some damage towards Apex, not enough to do anything substantial, but still did find him through the wooden beams there, and it's going to be Alu positioning himself towards windows, looking for anyone to be boosting right now, but there's his presence towards Connect. Actually, 2 players in that area. AZ is listening out, does see the smoke bouncing. He's going to get some sort of cover. He has an option to stay in the smoke and try and catch him as they are rotating to the steps area, decides to face, and Devil takes his head off. This is going to signal for them to get into the A site, going to be checking that shadow area. Keo gets 1, but Devil once again, it's another round, another kill on the board, actually 3 this round.
Yeah, that's massive from him already to be able to unravel that complete A-hold pretty much. And now Alu and Jacob left in the 2v4. Alu does get a glimpse, and that's all he needs. He's going to take down Kenny S, and now it's a 2v3, becoming a little bit more possible, but Jacob will be working in through by Connector. There's 2 players there, so anytime if he doesn't make the most sensational of shots here and make it incredibly crisp, he's in trouble, and he knows it now. He's spotted maybe both of these players are aware of at least minimum 1. Devil at ramp. There's the kills back to back. This is suddenly becoming incredibly possible, and Alu invites Devil. I don't know why they all peaked together. I don't know how they all managed to die in that sort of situation. But again, FaZe pulled it off at the very last couple of seconds.
They're actually being very disciplined there. That's a really nice play from Jacob especially. He only gets 1 kill that round, but he does the incendiary in towards Connector. That's the start of it all. That's as soon as he makes happy FaZe, everyone has to back him up and try and stop that kill coming in. And that's actually just a really intelligent play from FaZe. You can't really say to Envyus they played that wrong. They're actually playing, they had a decent bomb plan down for them. They had Happy, who's in towards that Connector area. Devil was very low. He was just the last resort. And unfortunately for him, his 2 teammates go down.
He has to face.
Yeah, he has no choice at that point. He's 2 HP. So after all the hard work he did, it's still just a really nice, intelligent call from Jacob. It's a perfectly thrown incendiary. That's all it took to actually get them back into that situation. So 11-8. It's actually going to be a 4-0 here on the second half in favour of FaZe. So looking to pick up the second match of this series. Had a bit of a horrible affair on Cash, but Kiyashima does land that first shot now. And AZ with a grenade as well, 5-3.
They've got to know it's going to be an A-hit of some variety. There's so much presence already being shown, and AZ just runs into it, tries to get a quick fight maybe towards Tetris and make the most of it, but not going to get anything beyond that, and now Kio's in a little bit of trouble.
They never seem happy with the advantages they have.
No.
Like, there's no one to help AZ there. He's exposed from Palace, from Lower Ram, from Sandwich, and he's just, instead of falling back on representation, which is definitely an option, he thought he had a chance at another kill there, and unfortunately he's brought it back to another 3-on-3. So still in contention for the round for sure, but it's not as easy as it could have been. The idea there, if you're on the steps area, you have vision and walking to the side, right? That's the prize, them getting to the side and getting the bomb down. You taking that risk and dying in that sort of scenario, that actually gives them a window opportunity to take you down. But this is a nice position for JK. He can hear the footstep, they're not checking it at all, so he can actually pounce it. Does he go for the 1? Oh, got the double as well. I thought he was going to get a 1 out of that. Gets the bomb down, and he recovers a bit of a blunder from AZ. So it's just going to be happy remaining 35 seconds, and not really much to work with. He's got to go all the way to a short, walking for now. So the time he gets to be a palm, it's going to have about, what, 20 seconds left, maybe a bit less. Doesn't matter, he's already takes him down. So good recovery from Jacob. 12-8, 5 rounds in a row for FaZe.
Yeah, lovely.
Money broken.
Yeah, lovely intuition from Jacob, and then just to go through underpass and to hope to get him on the right bit of timing. So very nicely done from him. Again, keeping FaZe in a good position here. Envy have yet to really fully break in. They haven't yet got around on this half, so this is looking promising. And we are seeing the double up for FaZe. Kio's going to be picking that one up and supporting Alu with it. He did pretty well last time around. He was able to sort out some good play towards A, and got to be careful here. It looks like Envy were setting up towards a piece towards A. They've got the smokes at least in towards some of the right places, and they've been lining that one up, and they could just go in off the back of it. It could be the slightly adapted smokes, I guess, where you draw the line across A almost to try and bring it in a little bit closer than previous. And that means that Keo, Alu will have to do the work against those Tech 9s.
That set piece from Envyus, trying to get the bomb down. We discussed this on Cash when you have the Tech 9s. Try and get the plant down. It can be very valuable for you going into the next round, but they do lose the first frag, make it 2 now, as Alu does find his second. The bomb will be planted. This is the objective of the round, so that has been obtained at least. Just 2 players remaining here. They won't be able to find any kills. Just MBK. He's in towards Palace. Renee's raining in towards him, but there it is. Rain, ironically enough, finishes things off.
So nice clean round for FaZe as well for them. It did look like Envy pretty much were playing for the plant, and anything additional from that would be absolutely brilliant. But again, good stuff from FaZe just to stabilize at this point. After the very, very turbulent first round, you want to just get things going smoothly, hopefully look towards building up that economy as soon as you can. Not quite had the biggest opportunity to do so yet, but already a couple of players starting to excel, one being Janko and the other being Alu, so looking pretty decent so far.
Yeah, absolutely. They're in touching distance now, picking up the second map. It's going to be a big round coming into this one. Like you said, that double orb setup is still rolling with them. But the thing is, though, maximum loss bonus for Envyus. The bomb going down as well means they're in a very good position to buy this one. So they're going to have the orb on KennyS, who has been very impressive tonight. Very defensive at the start, looking for any of that CT aggression. This is probably a good round to chuck it in if you are a CT side. I think you haven't done it as of yet. You want to go and mix things up and try and shut down any sort of adaptation the terrorists might be making at this stage. Not going to be happening for now, though, as the flashes come in towards mid. KennyS going to face towards that window area, and it's going to be Alu, though. Once again, continuing this good form we discussed. It's going to be Keo with the secondary orb as well. And this is the situation now. We want to watch their setup and how they approach each situation. You have this huge advantage. No one needs to be dying by themselves. You can go for frags, but just make sure you have an exit strategy with someone backing you up.
Jacob going to take a little bit of matters into his own hands through underpass, going to back away from that as well. Doesn't want to overstay his welcome, doesn't want to hunt beyond that and leave, you know, the likes of KennyS and NBK here. But now Jacob has the opportunity of going around the back, and KennyS is well and truly aware of that. And soon enough, you'll see that little silhouette just start wandering through, and oh my word, timing. Welcome to CSGO, ladies and gents. It's not frustrating at all. Kenny is going to be just so frustrated from that. He was watching it for a good amount of time, and now NBK left in Delpan just towards mid. And he knows there's one behind him. He knows there's going to be a plenty of player here, so options are highly limited as to how much he can really get out of this round with 40 seconds left. Be a bit of a miracle if he even stays alive.
Yeah, he's got the bomb and a smoke. Unfortunately for him, no one's facing him at all. That's what he's just hoping for, rotating players, getting a bit overzealous and potentially running into his crosshair, but he's got to walk towards the connector for now. Hope for the best, but this is a guaranteed round now for FaZe. You can't really see them throwing this one away. AZ will towards the connector, he'll shut things down, 14-8. So the loss bonus is still working in Envyus' favor. They're going to get $3,400 each round, but still, it's definitely not enough for an all player. So KennyS will be locked down to the AK-47. I did mention before, that's not necessarily a huge problem. He's definitely very well versed in AKs as well, so it's not like some of the other top AWPers we can see who can't really join into the same level their teammates can, but KennyS can perform at a world-class level with this rifle anyway.
Yeah, always been incredible in that sort of aspect, but now Envyus starting to get into that grind of, well, we still haven't broken back into this, and you're seeing people like Alu starting to hold these really nice like off angles, starting to play mid very, very diligently. However, Envy are starting to try and stress some control towards this. KennyS takes a bit of a wide step out towards B, showing some presence here. And the rest of Envy looks like they're just going to absolutely smash it up short, pretty much. AZ's on the other side with Rain, and the crossfire is on point. That's what you need to be seeing. Happy tries to take a bit of a crazy fight and, well, doesn't really do much from it. Now in a 1v3, however, Kenny's going to have to work some of that rather impressive rifle work that he certainly does. I guess contain, but yeah, not this round, not going to happen here. Rain having a really nice presence from shore. He hadn't been particularly pressured too much in that sort of way, but yeah, massive aggression up shore has put FaZe into a really good position. 15-8 they haven't even scratched the surface on this side.
No, well, you're absolutely right. 7-0. Now they only have that $3,400 we discussed before. No plan boosting the economy, so it's going to be 2 AKs, 3 pistols, and 1 round separating FaZe from taking the second map here. It's going to be Mirage. And we kind of anticipated this result. We always said FaZe are very good on Mirage. They had a bit of a rough start, going 7-1 down. But since that 7-1 round down, they've only given away 1 more. So you can't really argue with the result so far. Well recovered.
Yeah, brilliant stabilization from this team. And Envy have to find a way back in, and it has to start now, if that's even possible. Again, it would take a long, long way of doing it. It looks like an A-hit's about to come in at some point. Hopefully the coordination's a little better than we saw before when they tried to piece that thing together on their first pistol round, and it just absolutely fell to pieces, mostly at the hands of Keo, who's in a really nice spot for this too. Envy have to time this to absolute perfection if they want to have any sort of impact.
It's all in on the A side for the looks of things. 3 players in Palace, Apex on the A ramp, and Happy just holding for the flanks. Smokes, it's going to be difficult to actually deploy the smokes since they have 3 players in Palace. What's the plan here? You surely have to readjust the stats because you can't really throw many of those from that area. So I guess this might not be the final play. Yeah, it's not going to be. It wouldn't make sense. As soon as you've got that utility available, you just don't have the opportunity to use it here. MVK will be staying in Palace by himself, the rest of his teammates rotating back to the A ramp. They can do a full smoke execution here, but at this point, you feel like that's a horrible smoke. So this could actually give the player on the balcony, I think that's AZ, a great opportunity to mow them down here. The first shot doesn't land for Alu, but he knows it's there coming in now. Okay, he wanted the smoke.
They're not going A at all. They've committed everything they pretty much have towards this in the form of smokes and as much as utility as they can get. Happy secured mid in the meantime, so he's just basically securing the rotate. The one player that stands in their way now is going to be Jacob. He's going to see everything though coming his way. That's the bomb. They know what's going on now, but Happy in a great lurking position. Shuts off the rotate as best he can, but now he's still got one more player to deal with, that being Keo, and Alu working through mid as well. So these 2 players can still cause problems here.
should be around tied up now for Envyus. They have got great positioning. They're going to be on towards Pansy, but Alu's got up right there. He gets one, but there's that lurk from Happy. He got towards window as the fake was coming in as well. He's setting himself up for the future there. He's not necessarily trying to get kills as the fake's going on. He's getting good positional control for the rotations once the bomb did go down towards B. Jacob, like you said, left there by himself. He gets one, but it's not quite enough. He wasn't really sure as to what was going on there. No information being fed to him. He takes the bomb down. It's enough to actually get the CTs rotating, but at that point, that's what Happy wants. He wants them to come running into his crosshair. They got the knives out, and finally, Envyus do find a round here on the second half. Might be a little bit too late, but we'll see whether they can recover, as FaZe still have got a ton of cash going forward.
Yeah, FaZe are certainly not strapped for it at the moment. They have a lot to be playing with, and this is dangerously close, and it's Alu gifted a kill over by Kenny, who takes a bit of a wild leap towards that. And now Alu can basically dominate mid. He's almost in full control until the split through underpass comes in, forces him away from this, and he has to readjust. He goes back in for more. Brave, I guess you may say. Maybe a little bit overstepping there, but he fancied his chances. And it does now leave Envy with 3.
4 versus 3. The round that really decides it all. Envyus can stay alive here. It's going to be pretty impressive considering the circumstance. They actually have got some smoke grenades raining and a Molotov as well, but Rain is feeling it. He did have to go for the face there, like once again, trying to get information, but goes down without anyone really refragging there or even having the potential to. So it's going to be 3 obtained for Envyus side here. Half a minute remaining as well. The bomb is making his way back towards the B apartments. So it's going to be, once again, Jacob, the last line of defense towards that side of the map. And we'll see whether we can do anything about this. This is a very similar situation to last round.
Difference being, Happy can't really stop the rotate. So once he makes at least that little bit of that first information come through, he should be able to rotate. Oh, he doesn't get the molly in the perfect position he wanted. That's going to at least hinder their approach towards the truck. They have to go through the window, but no one else there was to punish him from it. MBK gets towards the site. 80's there quicker this time. Kyo's en route now, but it is a 2v3. 25 seconds, molly start being put into place, forcing AZ to take the fight, and he wins it. MBK goes down, he can't adjust well enough towards the next player in line, leaving it now down to Kyo in the 1v2. Devil and Happy in his way. The bomb is dropped, so he can position well for this, but he's got to be careful. Sprays in, does get a tag on Devil, he's down to 18, but it doesn't matter. The nade comes out, and it'll be sent flying. Yeah, a very close round there. It comes right down to the wire. Once again, they do a ton of damage to the economy of Envyus. They got 3 players down. Could have got one more there, and the time was ticking away as well, like 15 seconds. The bomb hadn't been obtained yet. Still very risky, but they managed to pick up the second round of the half here. Still not quite done, it seems. As we get to round number 11 here, we'll see whether they actually have money available for the CTs. Yeah, it's still looking pretty strong. It's just AZ who's taking a bit of a hit with the FAMAs. We've got Alu back on the AWP, though, so we'll see whether they can close things out right here, right now. If they don't win this round, they'll definitely be onto an eco next, so I'd like to finish it now. That would be ideal, obviously, but still, Envyus with some sort of a chance here. Yeah, they're starting to get into the swing of things, starting to maybe find a couple of options that are working for them. Sadly, it is very, very late in the day now. Alu not so actively playing towards mid, feeling that pressure through underpass a little more, feeling that presence towards top mid, but he's playing towards the other side to connect to smoke goes in. He knows that came from underpass, going to just flash over, back away a little bit. Allow just a little bit more room for Envy now to work in. This pinch towards A looks like it's going to be coming through any time now. Yeah, got towards connector. So 4 players from the front side in that connector area. Flashes start to come in. They're going to run through their own smoke there. That's the downfall. As Kiyashima just capitalizes here. They get the first 2 kills. A headshot comes in as well. AZ looking like the player's going to finish things off here. And there's not really much to work with. 5 on 2. MBK and Happy, the last players remaining. It's going to be a kill from that palace area. But something does come out of this. 2 kills have been found. And looks like, okay, I was going to say there's something more to go. But Happy now 2 on 1. I don't know how he even found Alu there. Surely the call came through. There was a player in Palace who can just step out on you, but still, Happy's now left in that 1v2. As said, he's got a molly. He does not have the bomb, and he doesn't have his life anymore. Kyo's the one to close it down. FaZe do pick up map 2. Janko called it early on. They are hyped for this one. They wanted the result. They got it. They got it. They love a 1-1. Who doesn't love a good 1-1? It's thrilling to watch, and it gives us very few answers. No, we did get to see a really good picture from both teams as to where they stand. Yeah, unfortunately for Envyus, that second half was a bit of a nightmare for them. Didn't get a single round then until it was about match point. So that's always going to be a difficult scenario. That was actually a lot of misplays from both teams there, but Envyus especially, a lot of clutches and going against them, some repositionings and overfacing when they didn't have to. I think I said that about most teams though, when they had those like big. Was it that flamey round again for NaVi when he was just like running in randomly? There's been a good couple of these rounds. You can tell there's a bit of rust going on here, just the basic core fundamentals of CS as a game and how you should be playing it as a team. Some of them seem to be forgetting that and overfacing, especially in the eco scenarios as well. The team got PT50s. You killed 2 of them already. Everyone's just running in trying to get the kills, and it comes down to a 1-on-1 in the end. A little bit frustrating, but it was nice to see FaZe recovering from that first blunder on Cash and actually having a decent result in the second. Yeah, I think it's going to be a very steep learning curve for these teams to remember, you know, how to approach these games. But guys, that's enough from us. Let's hear from the desk, because they sounded hyped up for this.
So very hyped to see FaZe do bounce back. Mirage goes their way. I mean, I think we have to go ahead and quickly highlight the fact that that was 8-2 in favor of Envyus. I think that's where the discussion starts, right? Envy sit at 8-2 and it ends 16-10. They pick up 2 rounds over the course of the next amount.
Never do
maths on stream. Never do it. Janko, I mean, that can't help but feel that there's some critique to be held towards the French team there, just unable to find any rounds in the second half.
Yes, and it all started with that 4v2 round that they lost, or 3v2, where they were, you know, a bit overzealous, overextending a little bit, as Henry pointed out just now. And, you know, after that, FaZe has a good round, then you have to eco, and instead of being up maybe 11-4, 10-5, it's only 8-7 for yourself. You lose the second pistol round, and then it was just, as we had on Cash, a couple of unlucky situations for FaZe in clutch rounds. Now it happened to Envyus.
And I can't help but feel, and I was talking to you about this at great length off air, but just I think it's a point worth raising here is about how Mirage is fast becoming all about mid-control. I know it's something you've talked about. In fact, I think you made like a 40-minute video about mid-control on Mirage.
14.
14. There you go. He's more concise than Duncan. But what I want you to do is just kind of elaborate as to why that is. Why is it that most T sides are drawn to middle in one capacity or another on Mirage?
Because it's difficult to, you know, execute on Mirage without mid control. Simply, if you have no presence in mid, well, it gives the CTs a pretty good idea where you might be. There are a couple of A executes with smokes that teams go for, but again, without mid control, CTs can see it coming. They can just play for the retake. Then you have to spend a lot of grenades just to get the entrance into the bomb site, plant the bomb. That means you don't have a lot left to fend off the retake. You can go possibly for fakes, but teams don't have reason to rotate a player off of a bomb site until they see the bomb or until the bomb is planted, and it's easy to get info on B just by jumping, which is what JKM and MBK both did oftenly. So you at least want to fake that you're going for mid-control, force the CTs to move towards that area at least a little bit before maybe exploding somewhere else.
So I guess a lot of similarities could be drawn with perhaps Cash. That's the same kind of vibe in terms of you're always going to see something from the T side in middle. Doesn't matter whether they're actually eventually going or, oh, he's not sure about that one. He's like, Alex, stop. Stop while you're ahead.
To an extent.
Yeah, not quite as much, though, as Mirage.
Mirage is unique in that sense, I think.
Awesome stuff. So, what a day it has been, Janko. Any closing thoughts on Mirage before we recap the whole day?
Kenny S was back in the first half.
Yes, he was.
And in the second half, he was gone again.
But we saw little glimmers. You do sometimes. Just everything seems to hit. Great stuff from Kenny, though. Let's recap how on earth we did get to the closing segment of today. It was 6 games, 6 maps of Counter-Strike brought to you here for the ESL Pro League. And it did actually start with quite the hot match. It was NaVi versus G2, brought to you by the Score Esports. An article available on their website and on the application on your smartphone to keep track of exactly how good that game was. And a little bit of a preamble as well, stating the history between the two teams. NaVi and G2, though, were the two teams that clashed first. You can see that the French side did fall in both. Following that, we did see Team X versus Astralis in a Danish affair that was most definitely a little bit of a hair-raiser. We got to see 2 very close maps, and Team X prevailed in both. Janko, that was something that no one expected coming into this one.
Definitely the upset of the day, even though we hinted at it that it might happen. I don't think we expected it to happen on both maps, at least, and it was a great effort for Team X to basically come back on both of these maps.
Yeah, and they needed it as well for the league standings that we'll show you in just a moment. But following that one, we got to see Envy's debut in the Pro League, and it did start strong on Cash, a map we knew their fame to find success on, but it was very convincing, a 16-6 crushing blow with a fake B push to end it all. It was spectacular on Cash, and you did just witness Mirage ending in favor of FaZe. And so they do go level, and FaZe will be sitting 5-1 on the league table now. I mean, that's what we'll look at now. I mean, this is a strong start for FaZe. They have fallen just once in the 6 games they've played currently in the Pro League, top of the table, and rightfully so. There, though, you can see Team X have climbed. They were sitting at 14th, of course, just because of the way it was presented. Now they have got their 2 in the bag, and they're going to be happy to see a couple of wins in the bag, and versus Danish rivals. I'm sure that meant a little extra something to Glaive, wouldn't you say, Janko? Just getting some wins versus the team he stood in for.
For sure, and maybe a small thing that we didn't mention is that Team X actually started their boot camp just today or yesterday, something like that. So that's also something that plays a bit to their advantage, right?
It certainly did. In North America, America, though, the action does continue. If you're sitting there and you're having a chill Saturday night by the fire with a cold beer in your hand or a cold soft drink in your hand, you can watch more Counter-Strike.
Some Mountain Dew in your hand.
Some Mountain Dew? Oh, you are much better than this than me. Anyway, though, Selfless and Echo Fox do start off our day in North America. Another 6 games going to be thrown at you this time. Complexity versus Immortals. That should be a good one. Getting to see what Complexity are capable of. There's some British blood in that roster, and I will forever be happy with that. Liquid and Optic are playing as well. We can see that. Wow, that's definitely a hot match in North America.
News were just out that Tarek is replacing Stanislav in Optic Gaming, so that will be his debut for
I didn't even see that.
the new team.
How fresh is that news?
It's like a minute old, Alex.
This
But
guy
I have my
is always
sources.
on the ball. Wow. Okay, I didn't even know. That's very exciting. So Tarek in Optic. Holy moly. Okay, and versus Liquid with Pimp. You've got some good games coming in North America, and you can catch all of that action on
And
the
you
same channel.
can't say that very often.
And you can't say that very often. Wildcard Team Echo Fox are there as well. If you're after just some European CS, do not fear. It'll be available on Sunday. Just tomorrow we'll be back. And fresh as a daisy to bring you all of the action of the 6 games. You get HellRaisers, you get Astralis, NaVi, and G2 return to the Pro League. We get to see them on Cash, no less. A map that they are currently undefeated on here in 2016 versus FaZe. We get to see that one alongside Overpass. So a lot to look forward to. Man, oh man, we are giving you some high-quality CS, and we get to enjoy it as well here in this glorious studio. For now, though, we're going to disappear. We've got a party to go to, Janko. We're going to go rave right now. He's a hard raver. Honestly, he's going to put the neon face paints on. He's going to get his little, whatever they are, glow sticks. He's out of control. He's wild. I'll be his bodyguard tonight. Anyway, we are going to disappear, guys. We'll see you the same time tomorrow, 3 p.m. We'll see you same place, same time, and we're going to hopefully bring you some similar quality Counter-Strike. For now, though, we say goodbye.